Hi there guys, and welcome to another Badat Brothers review video. Today we're looking at 3 compact everyday carry firearms, and we're kind of pitching them one against the other. We're looking at our Glock 43X, your Sig Sauer P365, and the Smith and Wesson MnP 9 Shield. We're going to run them through some tests. I'm going to shoot it a bit, and at the end of it, give you an idea what my thoughts and opinions are on these 3 firearms. We're going to start with an accuracy test on the Glock 43X. 10 yards, 6 rounds. Let's see what grouping we get. Let's go have a look at what we did on the target. So at 10 yards with the Glock 43X, we've got a very nice tight grouping. Pretty much a 1 inch with all the shots going in the center. So the 43X, very controllable, very easy to handle, and a very tight grouping. Really accurate. Accuracy test, Sig Sauer P365. 6 rounds, here we go. Let's have a look at what we've done to the target. Okay, so if we have a look at the P365, a tight grouping, although not as tight of a grouping as our Glock 43X. They were both shooting 115 grain ammo. Granted, the actual barrel on the 43X is slightly longer. The grip when controlling the recoil, not as nice as the 43X. Of course, I've got slightly larger hands, so catching on the bottom end of the magazine that has the little shoe does help, as opposed to the flush magazine, which I really would battle to keep control with my right hand. Not as comfortable to shoot as the 43X. However, definitely a slimmer package. So the accuracy test on the Smith and Wesson Shield. From all the compact firearms, Smith and Wesson has done the worst. I was one that I pulled, if I can say, was that one. But the rest, kind of centered. Again, we're using SNB 115 grain ammo. Maybe a heavier head would have given me a better grouping. But out of the firearms, the Smith and Wesson has got the worst grouping. We can run the speed test with the MnP 9 Shield. There's 3 targets, 6 rounds from about 6 meters. I'm going to engage 3 targets, fire 6 rounds from the high ready position. Let's see what kind of time we get. Hey, I do not like the trigger on the MnP 9. The first speed test with the Smith and Wesson went not too well. So I'm trying now to do the same thing, speed run, 6 rounds on a 8 round magazine. It's got an extra little bit of a shoe at the bottom, so my finger can get a better grip, hopefully, on the gun, and that might translate to a better time downrange. Let's give it a shot. So with the extended little grip of my pinky, I'm able to tap it a little better. The trigger on this has got a weird little double trigger to it, and the reset, it's got a really a prolonged reset. The reset is really far forward, doesn't allow you to tap it as quickly. So definitely helped with regards to having a continuous flow, and I was able to shoot it a bit faster without having a stuff up midway. Speed test in P365. Very nice trigger on the P365. Speed test, Glock 43X. 5 meters, 6 rounds. Let's see what we get. Nice trigger, crisp trigger on the 43X. Majority of the time with your everyday carry firearms, you're not expected to shoot over great distances with your short barrels. We're going to put up a plate at 40 yards and just see how comfortably we can hit that plate with the 3 firearms. It'll be SNB 115 grain ammo. We're using iron sights. Alright guys, so we're going to try the 40-yard shot on a plate. It's quite a big plate actually, so it's not a really difficult shot to make. And we're going to just see how easily we can hit it. It's not going to fall, it's going to make a sound. We're going to run through all the 3 firearms, the Sig, the Smith and Wesson, and our Glock, and see how it kind of holds up. So 40 yards, I put a plate right at the end of the range against the backstop. I'll be standing as the furthest point, and we'll take a shot and see what happens. So the plate, guys, if you have a looky, see, is right out there in the distance. There is our plate. 40 yards, Sig Sauer. Okay, that was high. Don't know. May have. Okay. That's a hit. Took me 4 rounds to hit the plate with this Sig Sauer. Glock 43X. First shot. Smith and Wesson MnP 9 shield. Shot 1 missed. Missed. Hit on the third shot. Guys, I'm going to give the Sig Sauer one more chance. I may have rushed the first 3 shots. I'm going to try to get 1 round in and see if we can replicate. Get 1 shot on the plate on the first try. 40 yards. Here we go. No, the sights are quite fat on the Sig. From the 3 on the 40 yards shot, the Glock 43X was by far the easiest one to take. The sights were quite crisp and easy to place on the center of the bulb, and literally first shot, and we hit it very easily. And the others, the trigger on your Smith and Wesson, the double trigger, I don't like it. It's got a weird feel to it when pulling. And we got it after the 3rd shot, and with the Sig Sauer, again, it's doable, although not as easy as on the Glock. So we'll try it again just to make sure, and in the spirit of science, I'll try it again with the Glock 43X and see if we can get the plate on the first shot. Glock 43X, let's try and see if we can get it first shot 40 yards once again. Let's give it a shot and see. Indeed we can. 40 yards, first shot once again, and we got the good hit on the plate. Alright guys, so looking at these 3 firearms, the one that comes into 3rd place is your Smith and Wesson MnP 9 shield. Why it came in 3rd place? For such a large package, it has a limited magazine capacity, which is quite strange. Your extended mag carries your 8+1 in the chamber 9 rounds, and your standard mag is only 7+1. And I would have expected a grip like this to be able to carry a better round count. Recoil management on this is a bit difficult. It does flip quite a substantial amount. The trigger, the double trigger on your Smith & Wessons, I'm not a fan of it, and it did take me some time to actually find and get used to this particular trigger. Sights aren't bad. It's relatively accurate for an everyday carry firearm. It is also the most budget friendly from these firearms, coming in at the lowest price. It does have an external safety, which I think is a good thing about this firearm, that I really do like, having that external safety on the side of the gun itself. So it's not a bad firearm, but from amongst these 3 firearms, this would be my last. Okay, let's move on to our Sig Sauer P365. Now, this is a really nifty package, and it comes at a pretty neat price as well. So this is the most expensive of your 3, anywhere between 16,000 to 20,000 Rand on the South African market. The standard P365. On the face of it, when you grab this gun with the magazine in, with the extra shoe on the end, for such a small grip, it actually fits quite comfortably in my hand. which is quite surprising. It does have quite a large slide profile. When it comes to cocking the firearm or racking it, it does have a hard spring, but nowhere near as hard as the Smith and Wesson. And I have had female clients that at times with their brand new firearms have struggled to rack their firearms. But that could get used to. It doesn't have an external safety. Your slide release, pretty smooth, far smoother than your Smith and Wesson. The sights are tritium night sights, so you do get a very, very good quality sight on the firearm. The sight as well at a long distance. The front sight, although it's a beautiful glow in the dark sight, it's quite a large sight. When I was trying to hit the plate at 40 yards, and I was using quite a large plate, this cut off the entire bulb of the plate. So yeah, accuracy. Now, I have shot them with higher grade ammo, and these have also proved to be quite accurate. Although today on the 115 grains S&Bs, they didn't perform as good as I would have expected it to. Concealability wise, carrying this firearm, it is a small firearm. If you're someone that's, you know, wearing clothes that are quite tight, or you're a smaller frame individual, this is one of the most comfortable firearms to everyday carry. Managing recoil though, on the size of the firearm, I have struggled to manage the recoil on this gun. It does have a beautiful trigger. The brake on it is really clean, and the reset, which I really like, which aids in helping one to shoot quite fast. So all in all, a very good trigger, very nice package. Although you're paying for the Sig Sauer brand, so you will be paying premium on this. Concealability wise, I give this a 5-star. What I do like about the Sig Sauer as opposed to the Smith and Wesson, the ability to carry more ammunition. Standard comes with 2 10-round magazines out the box, one with the shoe, which is very nice if you've got a larger hand, and one in the chamber, which is 11 rounds, which is already more than the Smith and Wesson. And if you look at the size comparison between the two of them, the Smith and Wesson is far larger than the Sig Sauer, and the fact that the Sig Sauer is able to carry more ammo is quite phenomenal. You also get the Sig Sauer 15-round mag made by Sig, which will enable you to carry 15 rounds in this beautiful package. So that's amazing. Again, if your concern is concealability, you can't go wrong with the Sig Sauer. The Sig Sauer I place in the second position. Alright, the Glock 43X. Now, comparison size-wise between the Smith and Wesson and the 43X. The 43X is slightly larger. All right. Now the 43X in the X series of Glock is a merge between the Glock 43 and the Glock 48. It's got the length of the Glock 48 in the grip and the shortness on the slide and the barrel as your Glock 43. On face value, this gun feels the absolute best in my hand. It's really slim. The sights, standard Glock sights, were actually very, very nice. Insanely accurate, surprisingly. It does have a slightly longer barrel than the rest of the firearms, so that will play somewhat of a factor when it comes to accuracy. It's a Glock, you know what you're getting. It's as reliable as the earth itself. Your operating system is super easy. Everyone knows how to work them. You've got your nice big crisp mag release, nice and smooth rack, very easy to cock it. It's got quite nice lacerations and a nice slide that gives you quite a bit of grip to cock. So especially people with weaker hands generally have no problem cocking the Glock 43X. It's got the standard Glock double trigger, and I mean, if you get used to it, the trigger on the Glocks aren't bad, the standard triggers at all. And out of the three, today was the most accurate and the easiest to shoot. So just as concealable, if you're smart about it, if you have the right holster, you can conceal a Glock 43X just as well as you can conceal a P365. The pros to the Glock over the P365 is I can customize this a bit more than I would with the P365. I can also add on an extended magazine to these, not necessarily made by Glock, but there are a lot of aftermarket mags you can add over and above the standard mags that come with the Glock 43X, which is a 10-round magazine. You get 2 of them. You can get a 15-round magazine that sits flush in the 43X. You also get extended magazines for the 43X. So whenever I recommend a carry firearm, especially for ladies, I often recommend the 43X. So out of the 3, my favorite firearm is going to be the Glock 43X for everyday carry. Please be sure to subscribe and like our video. We want to bring you more videos like these, and we really appreciate all your support and all the feedback. Guys, have an awesome day.